Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make a sky so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ, and we back like we never left. Shout out to everybody that hit that thumbnail. Appreciate y'all for coming into the building. You already know it's a pleasure whenever we get together. We're about to be checking out a new video. This video was actually sent to me by one of our VIP supporters. It's titled, Ice Cube Responds to Backlash Over Trump Collaboration. So, obviously from the title, Ice Cube's receiving some backlash for working with Trump. I think Ice Cube might have had some bad things to say about Trump in the past. So.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, the collaboration of what? What
did they collab on, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't
know.
I know Ice Cube, he tearing it up with the big three, with his own little basketball league that he has going on. Mm-hmm. You know, state to state, all over the United States. But I really want to check this out to see why he's catching backlash. And then also what this collaboration with Trump is too as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it.
And you probably do. You know, he started his career rapping in defiance about police presence and the realities of inner city life. And he got political with his songs as well recently during the Trump administration, most recently in 2018. Here's a taste.
Arrest the president. You got the evidence. That is Russian intelligence.
Now we see a shift. Now he wants to work with President Trump. Here's what the president had to say most recently about Black Lives Matter.
The first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, I said, that's such a terrible term because it's such a racist term. It's a term that sows division between blacks and whites and everybody else. And it's a very bad term for blacks. But they were very angry. It's a Marxist organization.
With all that going on and how the president continues to speak about there being no systemic inequality, it's no shock that Ice Cube got some heat for deciding to work with the Trump administration. He wants to deal with it. I want to understand it. So should you. So here is Ice Cube on Prime Time. Thank you for taking the opportunity, brother. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Chris, your lead-ins are a little misleading.
How so?
Well, the Platinum Plan is not my plan. I came up with the contract with Black America, and I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me. Both campaigns wanted to talk to me about the contract with Black America. One campaign said, we love what you have, but let's really dig into it after the election. And one campaign said, we love what you have. Do you mind talking to us about it? And that's what I did. So I didn't run to nobody. And so that was real misleading to me.
Well, I didn't say you ran to anybody. I said that you had taken a pivot.
Well, you said I ran over to the Trump team instead of the Biden team. That's just not true.
Well, but you are working with the Trump team instead of the Biden team, and people are giving you heat for it. What do you say to them?
Well, I'm willing to work with both teams, but I'm just working with whoever is willing to work with me. So the Trump campaign came to me and asked me to explain to them some of the contract with Black America. That's what I did. I'm not playing no more of these games, these political games. We're not part of a team. We have very broad problems, especially the wealth gap in this country when it comes to Black Americans. So I'm going to whoever's in power, and I'm going to speak to them about our problems specifically. I'm not going there talking about minorities. I'm not going there talking about people of color or diversity or none of that stuff. I'm going there for Black Americans, the ones who are the descendants of slaves. And that's what I'm going to talk to anybody who's in power with that. So if anybody got a problem with that, it seems like a personal problem.
Well, here's the problem, and it is very personal, as you know, for a lot of people of color, because they'll say, well, why would you pick Trump when he says there's no such thing as systemic inequality? Say again?
I'm not picking nobody. He's the president.
But why do you think he'd want to do something for the community when he says there's no such thing as systemic inequality?
I don't know what he want to do. I just know what the man said. I know what he said to the country. I've never met Donald Trump. So I don't know what he's going to do. I just know what he said he was going to do. So both of them have a plan. Both of them say they're going to do something. And who knows what's really going to happen after November 3rd. Nobody knows from each side. We're all hoping that candidates keep their campaign promises. So that's just it.
So let's look at it this way. I think that you're right to be skeptical. Let's start with the Democrats, because even though there is a traditional connection between black voters and the Democrats, you could also say you've been let down or forgotten by Democrats in a lot of situations that would have mattered. Then you say, all right, so then what makes one side better than the other? That's where you get in trouble, which is, do you really think that Donald Trump can be trusted as much as you could trust Joe Biden?
I don't think I'm not trusting any of them. I'm just going by action. That's all I'm going by. I'm not going by word.
Hey, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, he kind of playing it like middle of the road.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I feel like, you know, more so when you are a person of like free thinking, like you just think. Whereas, like, I'm not going for either one of them. I'm just going with what's best for me. You know, like what's best for our family, like what's best in general. He's like, I'm willing to work with anybody who's willing to work with me. I'm not going for either one. You know?
Because like I said, he has this whole contract with Black America. So you know whatever ties into that as far as like topics and things of that nature that's important to him. He's just willing to work with anybody that's out there. But I see how he probably gonna catch this backlash, because he was making like rap songs recently.
Yeah.
Well, then when the campaign and stuff was running, where he was mentioning Trump name and saying some derogatory things. So I see how he will catch backlash when you see like the headline saying that Ice Cube is working with Trump. You know.
Okay.
I'm not trusting any of them. I'm just going by action. That's all I'm going by. I'm not going by words. I'm not going by rhetoric. Not going by media spin. Not going by none of that. You know, I'm not on nobody's team. I'm not on Team Blue, not on Team Red.
So then I have that wrong.
I'm an independent person, and I believe that's what Black people need to do, is become independent, and we need to get something for our vote. You know, that may not happen, but it's gonna happen.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I look, if I had brought you here to fight with you, you would have known it. What I'm saying is, I think I did get it wrong, and I want to make sure I get it right. So saying you're working with the Trump team is wrong. What you did was, when they asked to talk to you about it, you said yes. If Biden had asked to talk to you about it now, you would have gone to them the same way. It's not about you choosing anything. It's you working with everybody who's got a chance of doing anything.
I'm working with whoever's in power. Yeah, I'll work with both. Whoever's in power, I'm going to work with. So whoever wins, they'll hear from me.
Okay, so I'm glad you came to clear it up. So Ice Cube is not with the Trump campaign. He's just giving his ideas, and anybody who wants to do something with him, fine. Do you believe they are doing anything with your ideas?
I believe, they looked at the contract with Black America and they updated their plan, but it's their plan. I have my plan. My plan is broad. It goes beyond the public sector. It goes into the private sector, banks, even the movie industry. So we got to deal with a lot of different, companies, corporations, and even government when it comes to solving this problem. I believe it's a bipartisan problem. I believe it's a bipartisan problem when it comes to the issues, when it comes to Blacks in America and what's going on. It's not a Democrat problem. It's not for them to solve. It's not for the Republicans to solve. It's for both of them to solve. They do it when it comes to debt ceiling. They do it when it comes to getting us in wars. They seem to come together when it's something that really affects America. And I don't think nothing affects America more than the situation that Black Americans find ourselves in. This country is coming apart at the seams, and it's not going to come together after January 3rd, no matter who's the president, unless we deal with this wealth gap.
Ooh.
You have the economics. All of it extends from poverty, which is an extension of opportunity. which is an extension of a system that doesn't give equal opportunity, and you see it everywhere. Hiring, education, finance, all of it. So acutely, we've been looking at what happens when policing goes wrong in communities. It doesn't give you concern that the president has handled police violence the way he has in terms of his commitment to work on any of the issues that you think are important?
We've been dealing with police violence in this country from day one. So police violence is just part of our life here. So, you know, the thing is this, once we get some capital, we'll be treated better. This is a capitalistic society.
True.
And if you ain't got no money, you see how people get treated on the streets when they ain't got no money.
Not just money, wealth. Wealth. You got to be able to build up
Wealth.
wealth within the community.
Yeah, you know, to put it in greater terms. But, you know, at the bottom line is, you know, dollars bring dignity. And so everybody in America knows that. When you got a little more money, they treat you a little better. So we need to close this wealth gap. You know, you got people, you know, families making $120,000 or worth $120,000, and you got black families worth $200. It's just an enormous wealth gap that keeps growing. It's not getting smaller. Do the research, and you'll see this is the problem in America. It's because black people have no capital. We own half of a point when it comes to all the wealth in America. Half of a point. 13.5% people living off half of a point. We cannot survive in America another 100 years living like this.
The issue is real. The problem is properly identified. They do have access to capital of about $500 billion, but it doesn't say that it would be earmarked within the Trump plan for communities of color. But we'll see what you can get done, and I make you this promise. Not just because I'm a fan, but the issue matters. As you learn and as you see action and reaction or inaction, you have a place on this show to discuss it. That's a guarantee.
I appreciate it, Chris. Yeah, I'll be back to discuss and let you know what I know, what I find out. But I'm gonna give it to you straight up.
It's the only way I take it.
Side.
It doesn't go well any other way on this show. Ice Cube, I wish you the best. Stay healthy. Be well.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right.
He said, I had to clear that up.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's the case because, I mean, you know, we see a lot in our comments because I feel like I'm more like an Ice Cube person. I just think, you know, what's right is right and wrong is wrong. And we make decisions based on what's best for us, you know, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, I don't know why people feel so pressured to choose, you know, like, and with him, it's just like, I just want to work with who's going to work with me so we can get the best outcome of the situation, basically. And I feel like that's the thought of a lot of people. It's just like, I just want what's best for me, what's the best of the outcome. But really what it comes down to is who's going to uphold what they said they were going to do, what they said they were going to do. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we get a lot of false promises, you know?
Right. We do. And I like how he just really made it like clear and concise. Because like I said, when I initially read the headline and it said that he was catching backlash for working with Trump after, you know, things that he previously said regarding Trump, and then for him to like actually like put it out there and make it clear what he said, like, no, I'm just out here trying to work with who's trying to work with me, and at the end of the day, I have my own set of rules, I have my own set of things that I'm trying to get done, and whoever is in power that's willing to take on some of these things that I'm trying to get done, that's what I'm willing to work with. Right. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's how it should be. I think that's the easiest way for it to be, because when you're trying to pick a side, you know, whether it's red or blue, I feel like a lot of times that's where like the not necessarily misguided, but that's where the connection gets lost at. Yeah. Because it gets so caught up between this party or that party, rather than it just being, like he said, something that's bipartisan. And, you know, because a lot of the ills and a lot of the problems in America are bipartisan. It's not one side can fix it or the other side can fix it. It's really everybody has to come together as a collective to do it. And at this point, me saying that, it sounded like a broken record, because obviously we know what we need to do, but it's like finding out a way to actually do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then making it happen and taking action on it, and then following through, and then following up.
Yeah.
You know, everything else that comes with it, you know?
So I like I like Ice Cube's thought process, just as far as it's no side. There's no side picking. It's just we have things that we got to get done. Based on what he's saying, this contract in Black America, as far as that goes, but just period, just as far as getting things done, it doesn't have to be a picking of sides. You know what I mean? It really has to come down to like what the core fundamentals are, as far as taking care of the American people. Right. Period. Everybody.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that. So yeah, y'all tap in. Let us know what y'all think about this in the comment section also. And if y'all enjoyed it, give us a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. And if ain't nobody else told you, I love you. We're going to see y'all in the next video, y'all.
Absolutely.